We hear many people saying that in the ancient India, at least before the British have colonized the India, the Varna an individual belongs to is based upon his behavior and qualities, but not by his birth. They say the Britishers have tampered the Varna system and made the Varna to be assigned to an individual by birth, regardless of his qualities, and made the higher Varnas to discriminate the lower Varnas to bring the disparity among the Hindus as part of the divide and rule policy. If you believe in this, you are just thinking outside the box. But that doesn't mean you are intelligent, because the name of the box is reality. The Varna system might have started for a good reason, with flexibility like anybody can be in any Varna, but whoever devised this concept must have forgotten the basic point that the humans are selfish and they surrender to their emotions. For most of the things, Hinduism doesn't have one single explanation. Like some books says the universe is created by Shiva and some other book says the universe is created by Vishnu. There are also many accepted versions for epics like Ramayana. Some verses supports the Varna by one's qualities and some other verses support Varna by one's birth. Manusmriti has verses that support Varna is based upon birth irrelevant to his qualities and also about discriminating lower caste people and women. As the scriptures are in the double standards, one can point to the verses that are in their favor. I often see people quoting verses from Manusmriti that says, there should be mutual respect between all the Varnas and one is Shudra by birth. But from the same Manusmriti, there are verses that provokes discrimination against lower caste people and women. Adi Shankaracharya has left this world in 9th century, who is very much admired for his Advaita Vedanta that explains everything in this world is one but appears in different forms because of the Maya that dawns upon us because of our ignorance. He mainly emphasizes that Shiva and Vishnu are one god but not two different gods. But the fights between Vaishnavites and Shaivites in India has seen its peak in 12th and 13th century. I don't know how did they forget the teachings of Shankaracharya. The fights were between the Brahmins of two groups who even killed the Brahmins of their opponent parties. It's all the human emotion that it's only what I believe is true made them to fight each other. That too the Brahmins, the well educated in those days. So for the people like them, with that mentality, would they let their son becoming a Shudra who cleans the toilets and cremates the dead bodies because of his disqualities? No, he won't, because the love over the children is also another human emotion. So they end up making the Varna system rigid by assigning the Varna based upon the birth, regardless of their qualities. Even in Mahabharata, in the Aranya Parva, there is an anecdote of Kaushika and Dharmaveda, where the Kaushika is an angry Brahmin and the Dharmaveda is with all sattvic qualities, yet he is a Shudra, who works as a butcher. And in that anecdote, Dharmaveda teaches all the Dharma to the Kaushika. Yet, the Dharmaveda remains a Shudra. The backstory of Dharmaveda is, he is a Brahmin in his past life, but because of the curse of a Brahmin, he had to reborn as a Shudra in his afterlife. After he gets the curse, Dharmaveda asks the Brahmin to let his Vedic knowledge and the sattvic qualities to come along with him even in his afterlife. But if the Varna is assigned to a guy by his qualities, and if the Brahmin curses Dharmaveda to return as a Shudra, he should not let his Vedic knowledge and the sattvic qualities to come along with him in his afterlife, because that would make him a Brahmin, not a Shudra. But as the Varna is assigned based on the birth, not by the qualities, Dharmaveda was born into a Shudra family with the Vedic knowledge, yet being a Shudra, because he was born to the Shudra parents.